Toyota's trying to track down the lead actors from a series of 80s TV ads that featured Barry Crump and his city slicker sidekick, Scotty, careering cross-country in a ute. The TV commercials were for the Hilux, and now the company wants to find the two original bush-bashing, river-running utes that featured in them. One's a red 1982 Hilux, the other a 1983 yellow version, complete with red and black stripes. The company's keen to roll them out as part of a new advertising campaign if there's life in those two utes yet. And Toyota's New Zealand General Manager Andrew Davis reckons they've got a lead on one at least. But first, here's a bit of the old ad to jog your memory.
It's all right, it's all right.
So this is it, eh?
G'day, Barry. What do you think?
Bright, isn't it?
It's got some new features. Look, there's grills on it.
Scotty. Let's just hop in and run out to the hut for a brew, eh?
I thought you might ask me that. Be back in a minute.
Ah, spare me days, mate. There's no need for all that. We've got a decent track here now.
What do you know about the last known whereabouts of these two utes?
Well, we think we may have found the yellow ute. We know it was sold on Trade Me. It was just over 2 years ago. So the team have been out on a big hunt, and it's been amazing to use social media, obviously, as a channel to try and find these trucks. Kiwis, when they kind of get connected with something like this, they get into it. So we might have found one, but we're really trying to find the red Hilux if we can. So it's a big shout out to try and find that one.
Okay, well, let's go back to the yellow one then. Where do you reckon it is right now?
Well, we think it could actually be not that far from us. So might be somewhere over in the Wairarapa. We're just trying to confirm if it's the actual truck that we're after. It sounds like it's got the original registration plate on it, but whether it's roadworthy or not, we'll soon find out.
Is she knackered?
Toyota, we'd hope it is.
Is it knackered?
No, I don't think it is. I think it's drivable. So, it's just whether it's legally drivable or not that's going to be the next question. But, good old Hilux ute, they keep going.
Andrew, drivable, well, that's a big scope. You can drive a bus through the definition of drivable. So do you have any details? Because that one, if I recall rightly, had a bit of rust in it when it was up for sale last time.
I think it did. I know that one of the team here has talked to the customer with that vehicle. We were just trying to arrange how we get it inspected. It sounds like it's an absolute runner. What it will take to get it back to being roadworthy, I'm not sure. But we'd love to find out, obviously, and it would be great to restore it back to its former glory if that's even possible.
What's it been doing for the past few years, do you know?
Sounds like the customer that we're talking to's a solid Hilux owner, so they've got two other Hiluxes in their stable. And this one they use to kind of run around the farm, and it's a bit of nostalgia for them as well. So as soon as we sort of reached out and made contact, they've been super, super helpful. So, we're just got to find out if it's definitely the right truck, because there were so many of them made back then. You want to, make sure you got the right one.
The genuine one. Okay, so the red one, the red ute. So this was in the very first commercial where Barry Crump, he basically scares the you-know-what out of Scotty by going off-road. Any clues to the whereabouts of this one? Is it still registered?
Well, it's a real tricky one, of course, because you can't necessarily just jump into the registration site and try and hunt someone down with all of the personal information that you're trying to get nowadays. So, we're just trying to scope it out as best we can. We haven't had any success at the moment, but probably like you, we might need to get a bit forensic on it.
Okay, so again, you're pretty confident, because these are 37, 38 years old, these vehicles. You reckon this still one has got life in it, the red one? And there's no clues, unlike the yellow one? It hasn't popped up over the years?
No, it hasn't yet, but I'm confident that we'll find the truck. When you get into the deep darks of the South Island of New Zealand particularly, there's all sorts of Hiluxes down that way. So there'll be something pretty close. Hopefully under someone's shed roof or somewhere will be that truck. But there's always someone that knows someone in New Zealand. So I'm confident we'll find it at the moment.
Could be a lawn ornament at the back of someone's farm.
It could be. It'd be a nice ornament too, being a Hilux. But those sorts of utes as well, they go onto the farms and they sort of sit there for years doing all sorts of stuff. So you're probably right. It's probably full of hay bales somewhere.
So what's the deal here? Do you want to buy them, borrow them, or are you going to swap them for something newer and shinier?
A little bit of all of the above. Not necessarily swap them. What we're looking to do, though, is Hilux has been part of the fabric of rural New Zealand for years. So we want to go back and celebrate that. And if you want to celebrate it, you want to start with the utes that kind of established Hilux as a nameplate, which is back in those Crumpy and Scotty days, as you say. So that's why we want to find them. We want to kind of find them, see what condition they're in, talk to the owners. It's a lot of the emotional unbreakable bond of the owners that's important. And just in finding the yellow truck, we think we've found an owner that's got a great bond with Hilux as it is. So that's why we want to try and find the red one.
How much did they go for in the day, brand spanking?
Oh, geez, good question. I wouldn't even want to speculate.
Probably worth more now, Andrew.
Yeah, well, it would be worth more in New Zealand dollar terms, of course, now than what it was, particularly if it's in good condition. But you do find the old Hiluxes are always sought after.
Hey, I'm just a little bit concerned about this because, I don't know if you can make a better ad than those ads, so why even try?
Yeah, well, that's a good question as well. I think we're going to give it a really good crack, but I'm not going to give away any secrets. We can wait till we've made the ads and got them in the can and on TV.
OK, well, there are a couple of secrets I am interested in from the original ad. Was there seriously just one red ute and one yellow one, or did you thrash a few of them through that ad?
Yeah, no, there were a couple across those ads. Even in the more recent ads, we dropped one, I think, 10 metres off a crane at one point in the Bulls ad. So there was more than one used, but there was basically one hero truck that was used for the majority of the filming and other ones that we are trying to find. So we'll see what we can come up with.
Okay, Scotty, we'll have that brew, eh?
And that was Barry Crump having the last word there. I was talking to Andrew Davis from Toyota New Zealand, who is hunting down those utes, a yellow one and a red one. Get in touch with us if you know their whereabouts. Text us on 2101 or tweet us at Checkpoint RNZ.